Hello, YouTubes. I recently decided that one railroad layout just wasn't enough, so I am starting an N gauge layout, the little one. It'll sit just underneath my HO layout, so I'm not taking up any more space. That's what I'm telling my wife. Anyway, I decided I needed something from Japan. You have got approximately 20 seconds to guess what's in this box from Japan. See you in a sec. Have you all made your guesses? If not, pause the video now, put a guess in, see if you're right. No point cheating, that spoils the fun. You ready? And unpaused. Okay. I think I gave enough hints from Japan. You probably know what it is by now. Something Japan is most famous for. At least I hope that's what's in the box. Otherwise, it's a bit of an anticlimax. Are you ready? Ta-da! If you guessed bullet train, then you were correct. And I believe this is the original bullet train. Oh my goodness, this looks so nice. Wonderful. Right, really good seller on eBay. Fast shipping. He even asked if I wanted to use FedEx because Canada Post were on strike, so that was good of him. Really, really great seller. Well, this is brand new. I got this for about $120 for the set, which I believe is pretty good for a bullet train. Not a huge set. I think it is the front loco, the rear loco, and a couple of passenger coaches. So the rear one, I'm guessing, is a dummy. Okay, this is brand new. I need to be careful how I open this. Oh, look at this. Isn't that nice? Japanese engineering. So you can hang it up and then pop that down for easy storage. These are great. These are like books. I've never had N-scale stuff like this before, so it's really easy to store in its boxes. Okay, let's see if we can get this open without wrecking it. Because it is a nice box. Nice presentation box. It's crazy that you can get a whole train set in such a small space. Here we go then. So we've got some literature. Oh, this is, oh, look at this. It's got all its little decals in there. They are so small. Oh my goodness, I'm so not used to this size. Right, let's see this thing. Just lovely. Lovely colours. Very subtle. Japanese are not known for being flamboyant. So let us have a look at the first one. I think, yeah, this is the dummy then. Absolutely perfect condition, as you would expect. Look at that tiny little antenna. Part of the reason I'm getting into the N-scale is I just love how much detail you can get in something quite so small. I can't even read that with my eyes. I need to magnify it quite severely. What does that say? Nope, no way I can read that without a magnifying glass. Lovely shiny wheels. I'm sure Kevin will educate me on the coupler situation. I don't know if these are the best couplers. They are the standard cattle couplers, I believe. It's funny how that they go up and down the way rather than, I mean, they still go sideways, but they do go up and down quite a lot, which is kind of weird. I'm sure they made them like that for a reason. So I don't know if this is even get lights when it's going backwards or forwards. As I say, I think that's the rear one because it's not powered. We've got this one with its little catenary, is that the electrical thing at the back? Because this was an electrical train, I believe. Or electric train. Look at that little thing there. Crazy detail. I'm not used to the weights of an N-scale. This feels relatively heavy for the size. Let's see this one. Oh, this one is really heavy. I think this is the powered unit. Yeah, it is. I can see the gears in there. So does that mean that the front and the rear are not powered and all the power is from this? And I can see a little box in there. I wonder what that's for. Is this upgradable to DCC? Look, I can see a tiny little drive shaft in there. Do you see that? Oh my goodness. One on that side as well. So it is a 8-wheel drive. Fantastic. And the other one, which I do believe will be also unpowered. Okay, that's interesting. So it's not pulling, it's kind of pushing and pulling at the same time with the sort of center powered unit here. So let me know if that's normal for this kind of train, because I'm always dubious about pushing a train, especially a bullet train, because it's going to go fast, right? Well, I am delighted. I think that looks just fantastic. It's basically an aeroplane without wings, right? You like? You like? I like. Dying to see this in the track. Unfortunately, I don't have a track. So let's go build one. Crows. Now, I can't build anything too crazy because it has to fit under my HO scale layout. I have a space approximately 6 foot long by about 2.5 feet deep. So, I'm going to use a folding table, full-size interior door, and some pink foam. The folding table is exactly 6 foot long when fully erect. The door is closer to 7 foot, so that needs trimmed down, which is fine because there's a bit of damage down there. And the pink foam, well, that's obviously way too big, but that's okay because we're not going to waste any of it. We will be using any cut-off sections for hills and such. So, let's unfold the table, put the door on top, cut it down to size, and then put the foam on top and cut that down to size. Well, that's my layout base done. It's not perfect, just like me. let me give you a closer look. So the foam in the door completely fill the length of the table, which is 6 feet. Actually, it's just under 6 feet, which is good because I've only got 6 feet to play with. Got an overhang here, so we've got a little bit of extra width, which is just over 2.5 feet in width, 6 foot in length. That should be plenty. And the reason I've curved them is because I'm going to just walk into the corners. Now that's not attached yet. I'm going to use some double-sided tape, but I'll do that up. No, not up, down in the basement. So let's move down to the basement. Oh, I do need to clear a bit of a space for it. All of this has to find a new home, although some of it will be able to stay underneath, but the way the legs work... Hello, dog. The way the legs work, there's a kind of diagonal, so I'm only going to be able to use about that much. So let me move all of this out the way and we'll get the table in there. You coming? You're just going to wait there? Oh, thank you. There we go! Lovely. I do have some wiring to take care of on the underside. Just need to get that up out the way. As long as it's higher than that level, we'll be good. I'll get that done and then we will get my new layout in position. Now, I know what you're thinking. Dave, you've not left enough room for an actual train to get on the layout without hitting the HO school layout. I have a plan for that. So as you can see, we have approximately 1.5 inches of space, which is useless. However, these legs don't need to be quite so long. I reckon I can take off this rubber foot, cut off about 3 inches out of all of them, and then that will reduce this space or increase the space down to roughly there, so we'll have that much space to play with. Part of the reason I'm using the foam is so we can dig down and have undulations in the foam rather than having to build the undulations up. So that is the future plan, but not tonight's plan. Tonight's plan is to get my bullet train up and running. So that's what we're going to do right now. I've got enough track. In fact, I've got plenty of track to fill this whole thing already. But I just want an oval, want my bullet train running, and then that'll be it for today. Obviously going to have a lot to do. Right, let me go and find my bullet train and track. So as you can see, plenty of room for at least 2 main lines going round. Plenty of room over there still, plenty of room over there. We could have all sorts of shenanigans going in the middle. Right, let's get the bullet train on and plug that in. Cute. Now, before I hit the go button, I do want to say a special thank you to Brian Ward. It's all his fault that I'm doing this. He sent me the starter track starter kit, which is perfect. Right, let's see how it runs. Now, I believe, well, I don't believe, I know, this unit here is the powered unit. Everything else is unpowered, although they do have pickups. So I'm wondering if we're going to have lights front and back. Let's give it a go. And of course we go backwards because me, right. First time running. Incredibly smooth. Really happy with that. Oh, that's just gorgeous. And we do have red lights at the back. I'm not sure if you noticed that. Let's see if they get brighter the faster you go. They're LEDs, so I don't think they will. Okay, we've got white lights at the front. This is awesome. I'm not sure if you can see the red lights there. Oh, I think you just saw them there. Well, that's amazing. Let's go a wee bit faster. I don't want to go too fast because I do have to run this in. Oh, that is so nice. Oh yes. Oh yes. It has begun. Right, I need to start thinking about a track plan. Now, Kevin's Tiny Trains, he does N scale and HO scale. He sent me a couple of ideas for a track plan. However, height will be an issue, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to have like much of an incline, but I would like some sort of height thing. The layout he sent me a plan of was very cool because I think it was one main line, but it kind of looked round 3 times. It was really clever, making the best use of the small space. But I would like 2 mainline loops. So maybe one main line going round the outside, round the outside, round the outside, and maybe one that might do a sort of figure of 8, maybe get some goods yards. I don't know. I love it. I absolutely love this thing. So let me run that in, and hopefully I'll have that running for Friday's live stream together with my HO. And if I position the cameras cleverly, you probably won't even tell it's in scale. We shall see. Super delighted. Thanks again, Brian. I do have another bundle of track I got from someone else, but I'll tell you who that is when I install it on my new layout. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye for now.